Welcome back to the Who's Yanks. We have another Who's Yanks. We're talking Canada soccer and U.S. soccer, and tonight we're going to be talking about the phenomenal performance by Canada, 4-0, 4-0. The Who's pours it on over Curaçao, and unfortunate for Curaçao, tonight just fell apart for them, especially in the second half at least, or later on as the game progressed. Canada just got stronger and stronger, and Curaçao just folded. So yeah, but nonetheless, I mean, keep in mind this is Canada's first game back, and that's why I'm so happy right now. I'm just elated because we get to finally watch a game that Canada gets to play on the field after numerous protests. First, it was Iran with the political. The game was highly politicized, and the Canadian government or many other government officials did not want that game being played. And they actually got their wish. And then Panama. That because the players wanted to take a stand for wages going into the World Cup, and they got that settled, and here we are. Now we finally get to play the Nations League game, and it was a fun one. It turned out to be a really fun one, and yeah, I mean, look, Canada did look pretty good, being with first time back in forever, since the octagonal, since the Octagon World Cup qualifiers, and essentially we get to see their starting team and basically the team they're most likely going to roll with come World Cup time in Qatar later on this year. So, and they looked really good. I mean, honestly, looked really, really good. But then again, you can also say that the opponent wasn't all that much, as Canada dominated a lot of the ball. But I'll talk about it more later. But right now, we want to get to the starting 11. So we have Atiba Hutchinson as the captain, Milan Borjan, who didn't get tested at all, to be honest, Alistair Johnson, Samuel Adekugbe, Kamal Miller, Stephen Victoria, Stephen Eustachio, Tejan Buchanan, Kyle Larin, Alphonso Davies, by the way, welcome back for the King, Jonathan David. But yeah, all the headlines tonight was Alphonso Davies, welcome back. And boy, did he put on a show for his first time being back. And that says a lot. But, yeah, basically we scored our goals. There were 4, so we're going to talk about all 4. But as I said, first game back for Canada since the octagonal and canceled friendlies against Iran and Panama. But nonetheless, they're back. And right away, Canada came out firing. I mean, they were getting shots after shots after shots. And it was really troubling Curaçao's keeper. But keep in mind, Eloy Room he still plays at Columbus Crew. And he played pretty decently. At first half, he had good saves, but Canada began to crack him down and really get down and break him down, and yeah, the goals started flying in. But he did held his own. I'll give him credit for a little bit. I mean, he held his own at times and really came up with some big saves. Without him, it easily could have been worse. We're talking 6-7-0, maybe even 8-0 if he wasn't in net. But nonetheless, he did his best, and he let 4 goals pass. But as I said, it could have been worse. But then we go to the 27th minute where Davies just dribbles down the sideline. I mean, how about this for welcome back? He isolates the defender and is brought down. Penalty. It's a penalty for the Rouge. As Davies himself, of course, will step up and take it. And he scores. Cool, calm. Sends the keeper, Eloy Room, the wrong way. And the stadium erupts, as you know what's going to happen. The King returns. He scores on his return, and he's back, and he is back stronger than ever, it appears, as that's not where he would pick off, or that's not where he would lay off. But he's also 2 for 2 from penalty spots for national teams. What a moment overall, not just for Davies, but for Team Canada, as, they needed this. Davies, he's had a rough time. He's come back from the injuries, most certainly, and yeah, but he's showing why, you come back stronger than ever, and he scored right away. And then the 42nd minute, by the way, before I go continue with the next series of goals, I just want to say I love the Vancouver Whitecaps announcer, as I believe that's who was calling these games, because you can know because he kept you can hear him for Vancouver Whitecaps games, every time a goal is scored. And hopefully I can do this without my voice cracking, but in the 42nd minute, goal! A corner is whipped in and bounced around and headed home by Stephen Victoria, and it's now 2-0 for the Rouge. And my oh my, Canada That was a beautiful sequence. I mean, the ball is a beautiful delivery from the corner kick, and Stephen Eustachio, I mean, pounced around. Somebody set him up, and he just headed it home, and nothing Eloy Room could do about that one. And then halftime, Canada, for the most part, as I said, especially in the latter part of the first half, just kept the pedal to the ground. They just kept going. They did not stop. And the question was, can they keep this up? Keep in mind they haven't played in a while together. And the question without a doubt they did. And then in the 71st minute, once again, go! Davies and Larea with some 1-2 passing. And my oh my, the King once again scores and finishes it home. Now it's 3-0 for the Hooch. And just look at that link up. It was almost like when my high school team, we played. And we always used to run the same give and go 1-2 play every time. 1-1-1, 2-2-2. And then, yeah, that's pretty much what this was. It was another 1-1-1, 2-2-2. Davies finishes it cool as he like. And 3-0 in his own stadium. Or technically, I mean, he did come up to the Vancouver Whitecaps' program. And it's definitely good to be back, I know for a fact. In Vancouver, I know he's from Edmonton, but Vancouver's also plays a big part of his life and his development. As we remember what he did for CONCACAF in Champions League when he played Sporting KC, he scored a goal against them. But that was phenomenal. And yeah, I mean, that's where now you see where he came from. But then the 85th minute, it doesn't stop there. Go! Lucas Cavallini, this time for sure in his own stadium. Vancouver Whitecaps player, his own. And Samuel Adekugbe sets him up on a platter and just rolls it across. Lucas Cavallini punishes Eloy Room. Vancouver Whitecaps versus Columbus Crew. Vancouver Whitecaps prevails, and it's 4-0 Reds. And end the match, pretty much that's how it ends. Canada takes Curaçao 4-0, and lots of people can already say, Curaçao came to Canada 4-0, if you want. Yeah, I've seen that a lot. I've seen a lot of people make memes, but hey, it was a really great match, honestly. Glad to see Canada back on the field. And Canada, with that result, moves to the top of their group for Nations League, as you can see. Despite playing one game, Curaçao previously played Honduras in Sao Pedro Sula. I believe they played them twice already, maybe once. But they played Honduras, and I believe, I don't think it went to plan as them, but I think they did beat them 2-1 on the second back-to-back. So I think they won at home, but so Honduras won. So what am I saying? They both won at each other's homes, I think. That's an easier way to say it. They both won at each other's homes. But yeah, tonight, unfortunately, Canada was just too strong for Curaçao, and they prevailed. And then we go to our stats here, and the stats even emphasize even more. 22 shots to 5 shots for Canada. 9 of those were on target, while none of the 5 Curaçao didn't even register a shot on target. So 9 of the 22 for Canada were on target. 55% possession to 45% possession. Honestly, it felt like a lot more than that. But then again, Curaçao did have their kind of spells and their kind of passing spells. So I'll give them that. 496 passes completed to 413 passes completed. 89% pass accuracy to 84% pass accuracy. 12 fouls apiece, no yellow cards or red cards. 3 offsides to none, and 5 corners to 4. And as I said, Canada, with that result, moves to the top of their group. Now, basically, yeah, for this game, I mean, it was all about, as I said earlier, Canada basically get to see what their World Cup roster will most likely look like. Their starting 11. And it looked like they played really well tonight. I mean, the passing was pretty crisp. The shots, Eloy Room, credit to him. He did come up huge, but Canada did have some good shot selection, especially with Alphonso Davies coming back. That really alone just injected a lot back into the game. And boy, oh boy, as I said, he was fun to watch. And in front of 17,000 people, I know it was a relatively decent-sized crowd, but it was still fun to watch, very fun. And, a lot of energy. Glad to see Canada, play on the field again since the octagon. And, despite not playing that extra friendly, which certainly would have helped, in preparation, this game was definitely needed. As I said, as even the announcer said, Curaçao is not really a bad team. They're ranked 8th overall in CONCACAF. And keep in mind, a lot of their players come from the Netherlands. So a Dutch-born player, basically, the Netherlands is C or whatever team you want to call it, basically played for Curaçao. And I mean, they played some pretty good style of football, and just Canada was stronger. David, Buchanan, and then as they said, Milan Borjan did not get tested at all, so he was down there. He was just pretty much zoning out, and he did not get tested. So I don't know if that's really a problem, but I mean, you do want to get him seen tested, but especially with Canada getting a tough group. But nonetheless, hey, you take what you can, right? Curaçao, this is a game in Nations League as well as now the next game in Honduras at St. Pedro Sula. This will be a tough match for sure. Despite, especially when Honduras is going to be looking for revenge after World Cup qualifiers, after Canada just ran all over them. And, yeah. But pretty much, I mean, this game was enjoyable to watch. I mean, I was laughing a lot just seeing how Canada was just all over Curaçao. And, I mean, it was fun. I mean, me and my friends, we were talking back and forth. And, yeah, we were blown away by, how much Davies comes back and is already wrecking shop, And a lot of my friends also trying to say, "Oh, Davies, he ain't gonna be doing anything. Oh, he's coming back from mild heart condition. He ain't gonna do anything." All right, yeah, sure. I mean, maybe the opponent wasn't that good. No offense to Curaçao, but yeah, sure. Maybe they're not like Belgium, Croatia, or Morocco. But then again, you got to give the guy some credit. Davies coming back from a mild heart condition, scores 2 goals. Sure, one of them was a penalty if you want to hate on that, but they're still good goals. One of them, I mean, he's even assisted and was a key role in the offense. And that's what matters. That's what you want to see. You want to see Canada just coming together. See this team come together, especially with it looks like the team that Herdman's going to put out come World Cup time in Qatar. This is the team you want to make sure they get as much experience playing together as possible, get used to each other, get connected, and just really enjoy each other out there. That way, come Croatia, Belgium, and Morocco, they're ready to rock and roll. And so this game was a good indication of that. Sure, as I said, Curaçao was not as strong as those teams, but still much needed. As remember, these games also act as preparation games. So sure, they're Nations Leagues and tournament games, but you're also preparing for the World Cup now that this is your second to last window for preparation. You remember, they only got one more window after this, and that's in September, which I don't know who they're going to play, but hopefully now that we lost to Panama or whoever that friendly game was supposed to be against Iran or Panama, hopefully Canada will find a quality opponent that will really, really test them. And I'm not saying they need to play Brazil or Argentina, but somebody good, given especially now that they lost an extra game. And keep in mind that other teams that are preparing for World Cup played extra games now in Canada, given how the current disputes and everything that was going on. But hey, you take what you have in front of you. That happened, and we focus on what's going to happen down the road. Starting with Curaçao, we analyze how Canada played, and given how they played, this was their first game back from the octagonal. This is pretty good. I mean, the passing and stuff was crisp, but as I said many times, it's Curaçao, and we'll get even a bigger test come Honduras in San Pedro Sula. So hopefully Honduras, I know they're struggling too, and we have to see how they play, but hopefully they can also give us a good test and really point out where we can work on come World Cup time. But yeah, going back to this game, I mean, it was fun. I mean, Canada just passed around circles pretty much for the whole entire game. They dictated the game for sure. I mean, they ran Curaçao out of the building basically, and Curaçao just couldn't touch the ball for long periods of time. At least that's what it looked like, but according to the stats, it looks like they had some decent build-ups too. I mean, they did have some shots, but none of them were on target. But that's pretty much all I got to say for this game. I mean, it was a fun match to watch. Glad to see Canada back on the field. And let who's come the next game. Honduras, we'll see what they can bring. We'll see what they can come up with. Down to the balmy heat of Central America. But it shouldn't be an unfamiliar place. As I say, Canada played there before with World Cup qualifiers. So Here we go, back down to Honduras, San Pedro Sula. Here we go. But for this game, that pretty much does it. And as I said, finally we get to see Canada play a game on the pitch. And glad that they got everything seems to have worked out for the moment. But if you like this video, make sure you like, share, subscribe, tell your friends about it. Also tell your friends to hit the bell notification knowing any video is uploaded or posted. And also tell your friends, the King, Alphonso Davies, returns.